Hey everyone, today I want to do a quick little snapshot video on the idea of seizing momentum and understanding and recognizing when momentum is upon you and being able to capitalize on that moment, being able to recognize that an enemy team is on their heels, that they're trying to recover from a team kill, a team wipe, or they've just lost their initiative, that they were in the advantageous position, that they were guarding the choke point in 1 minute. We were having trouble pushing through in this first capture point at Temple Anubis, but when we did, the dominoes started to fall, and at that point we were able to essentially rout them quicker than they could set up a new defensive position on the second point. This really only applies to capture point maps because the payload has that idea of pacing a map out, not allowing things to cascade too quickly, but in double capture point maps you can really be able to get that first control point and not allow the enemy team to capture the defensive advantage on the second control point, because once they do, it can be very difficult to break it, because you have to piece by piece break it down and work as a team. But if you're quick enough on the draw, if your team can get that first capture point, recognize that you have the advantage, you have momentum, and quickly push to that second capture point, you can really do some damage and get yourself a quick win. Being able to recognize momentum is really dependent on your tank and healer. If they're on top of things and they know, you know what, we have to push this advantage while we have the advantage, and we're just going to go straight to the point. We're not going to allow them time to set up. In this particular game, as you'll see eventually, Reinhardt charges ahead and Mercy's right behind him, and the rest of our team recognizes this. If you see your tank charging in there with their healer, you know that they're going to be probably the first targets that are getting nailed, and you can get in behind them, you can take out their support, and if your ultimates are up, hopefully you've saved these ultimates for this momentum moment, you can push through and get that last little edge against an enemy team that's scrambling. They're in scramble mode. You can see the tide turn here, and it's a quick turn. I highly encourage you to watch this video one more time and watch how confident their team was and how quickly that just fell apart. Once the teleporter goes down, once they make that last push to try to force us out of the point, they make the mistake of overcommitting to that. If playing good defense is about not making mistakes, then playing good offense is about capitalizing on the mistakes when they're made by the defensive team. Ultimately, seizing momentum is about your situational awareness. You need to be aware of whether or not their tank and their healer are dead, and be aware of your teammates. If you sense that your team is making that strong push, then join in, get behind them, get behind your tank and your healer, and run into the point as well. Don't hang back. So don't be afraid to seize that momentum, guys. Push into that last point quickly. Hopefully you can get yourself a quick couple wins. Have fun out there, and I'll see you in game.